So normally we do like a cheers and a chug for the Brewing update to start it off, but as you guys see in front of us, you can't even get it all in frame. There's a big flight going on right now.
I can do
How we like to do it.
I can attempt a chug, but that means I'm not chugging.
Yeah, we can chug.
We can do a chug.
Oh, we can do a chug after this.
Yeah, we can do one to finish.
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
We can do a chug at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, me and you do a chug. This one always bitches out.
I want to be responsible.
I mean, I don't force chugs upon anybody, but anybody who wants one, I'm down.
I'm down too. So we're chugging after this.
Excellent.
But we have a special guest from Ingenious, Josh. We met in Austin.
Yep, a few months ago.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise to walk in and see you here today.
Absolutely, I'm pleasantly surprised to be here. So we're starting our Dallas distribution tour this week, and
Nice.
we're here tonight, kind of seeing what the people of Dallas, what they think of our beers.
Yeah.
Cracking the cement.
Exactly, trying to crack it open.
We love your beers, honestly. But yeah, I've never actually ordered this flight before, and I had to order 10 beers to fit all their beers. And
Why
so
did you order the small flight? This is a small flight.
Well, actually, you actually have part of the big fight too, because this is yours too.
One
This is
extra.
how it happens, people.
One extra.
So, since you're the expert in Ingenious
sure.
beers,
I guess. Yeah. I'll take it.
We'll go.
We normally do a beer of the week. We're gonna only focus on all Ingenious beers today,
Okay.
because you're the beer of the week.
I can dig that.
And so, where should we start on this long ass rainbow flight?
So we'll start here, because that's what's right in front of me. So I can tell that this one is our Imperial Milk Stout. This is a collaboration that we did with Spindle Tap Brewing.
That's 34.
Yep. Shout out to Spindle Tap. So they just started a coffee roasting company here very, very recently.
Oh, nice.
So they roasted the coffee for this stout, and then we brewed the actual milk stout in collaboration with them. So it's a 10.5% milk stout brewed with gingerbread cookies, fresh gingerbread cookies, and Spindle Tap coffee.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Where is their coffee shop at?
So it's actually located with the brewery. They brought all their roasting equipment into the brewery, and so they have literally brewery and coffee
One-stop
roasting
shop.
in the one-stop shop. Yeah,
Cool,
so
awesome.
It's very cool. They're definitely making their place a destination, and it's super close and located next to Ingenious, so that's always a treat.
Nice little plug there.
Yeah,
Coffee
absolutely.
Lovers. Coffee lovers.
Yeah, for you coffee lovers.
So let's try it.
So that's your fermenters full.
Salud.
Yeah, it's full flavor, bitter,
That's a stout
roasty.
I like.
That's very smooth. I like that because it's not too coffee.
Correct. And it's not too overpowering on the gingerbread. You get a little bit of that spice from the gingerbread.
There's a small sweet
Uh-huh.
in there, but not too much.
It's not overpowering. And so that's what we were going for. We wanted something pretty well balanced, but you get all the flavors.
You
in
can
there.
shotgun this.
Oh, absolutely.
This is definitely crushable because you hear like stouts and most people are like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, or it's too coffee, or it's too sweet. Because people do like a lot of different things with stouts.
Absolutely.
No, this is very straightforward.
Too.
It's very
Sometimes
straightforward.
it'd be too thick, too chunky with the gingerbread. But it's perfect. Perfectly well balanced.
Yeah, and we had, I can't think of the name of them right off the top of my head right now, but it was Texas's oldest bakery. Bake those cookies for us.
Texas oldest bakery.
The oldest bakery in Texas that is still functioning. I really feel bad because I can't think of the name off the top of my
Don't worry,
head.
I'm gonna put it in the
We'll
screen
look
right
it up.
now. Hopefully it's the
We'll
right
throw it
one.
down.
Yeah,
Text
no,
me
it
first.
is. No, it is. It is. I guarantee
No,
it.
I'm just saying when I look it
okay.
up, hopefully I found the
No,
right
yeah,
one.
shoot me a text.
No, I like it. That's why I like pastry style stouts. Because it didn't exist 3-4 years ago when I started drinking beer.
Absolutely.
So it's phenomenal. And then you know what? We also going to drink another Ingenious beer. It's the Common, which is going to be our palate cleansers for this trip.
Correct. And it's a California Common Ale. We call it Common Denominator. It's a high heat fermentation lager. So we just pretty much brew this at room temperature, but it's instead of cold crashing it like you would a normal lager. This was made famous by Anchor Steam in San Francisco, and so this is kind of our ode to Anchor Steam. It's very crushable, very light, 5.5%, but it's full flavor.
It's the beer you want.
Yeah.
Like after cutting the grass, especially in Houston.
Absolutely.
Cutting the grass in Houston.
High heat, high humidity, this is what you want to drink.
For you simpletons, it's a lager.
Yeah,
all right?
lager.
It's an American lager.
He says that as we look at the screen. It's like, what is a Common? What kind of beer is that?
As we Googled it like 10 times.
It's not a style that everybody's familiar with, but that's also one reason we wanted to do it is we like to be a little outside the box, and even though this is a very approachable style, it's not something that everybody's heard of, and it's still unique in its own right.
No, this is like great poolside, all day,
It's an
every
all-day
day.
beer.
Absolutely.
All day, every day.
Yeah. It's refreshing too.
Yeah. So that's our palate cleanser on the flight.
Yeah, he drinks all his
Oh,
palate
he's
cleanser.
going to kill it all. next one we have coming up.
I have to. I'm on the show. Calm down.
On our rainbow spectrum of beers is our green one right here. This is our Jelly of the Month Club. It's part of our National Lampoon Winter Vacation.
That's what I was wondering why you get that. Was it from the movie?
Holiday.
So we had the fermenters full, which is an ode to Uncle Eddie's, emptying his shitter.
I thought it was his cousin Eddie.
Yeah, cousin Eddie. My bad.
Same thing.
Cousin Eddie.
Uncles and cousins. We don't.
Yeah, we're all Latin. We're Latin.
We don't know what part of
Yeah.
Alabama they might be from. So, but yeah, cousin Eddie, he's emptying the fermenter or the shitter as it was on the RV, and so we did the fermenters full as a ode to that, and then we also have Jelly of the Month Club. Yeah. It's banana, kiwi, coconut, and pineapple Berliner Weiss, tart, sweet, super good.
That's where you get the color from the kiwi.
Absolutely,
bro.
Yeah,
you smell that coconut.
Yeah, it's coconut forward, a little bit of banana, a little bit of pineapple, and you see the color from the kiwi a whole lot.
The kiwi and the coconut blends really well in the beginning, and when you hit the banana really subtle, and then the pineapple kicks in, and then I feel like the kiwi comes back. And
Just a little on the finish.
I may be mistaken. I don't know how Joey feels or how you feel, but I feel like the kiwi comes back in the back end.
This reminds me of my childhood. When we visit Mexico, it's like a weird licuado. Licuado has all the fruits
Mix it together. Yeah.
It's
basically
phenomenal.
you put this on the icy thing and make it slushy.
Yes,
absolutely. And we've actually done something like that. We have a frozen beer machine at the brewery, and we've done beers like this in the machine where it's just an amalgamation of fruits, very similar to Jelly of the Month Club. And you add it as an ice cream topper on top of your beer, and it's 6% actual alcohol, but it churns itself into an icy
This would be
topper.
perfect for that. Yeah, this is delicious.
No, this reminds me as a kid walking the streets of Mexico.
Oh yeah.
No, this is delicious. I'm sad I'm gonna chug it all. It's so good.
It's really it's tasty.
So it's a sour Berliner Weizen?
Correct. It's a kettle sour Berliner. It's about 6.8.
So it's a kettle sour.
Correct.
Because it's not too tart. It's perfectly balanced where it's not too tart on my tongue.
Absolutely.
And it blends well with the style of all the fruits.
And that's what we try to do is we try to make this entire Smarty series is supposed to be like a sweet tart candy beer. It's supposed to be sweet. It's supposed to be sour.
So
it's very rounded, like almost like a Warhead, or like literally like a Smarty.
Yeah. You know how dumb it is? Because I was like, oh, that's a good name for a beer, Smarty. And I was like, I wonder if they made it from the Smarties.
The candy, yeah. We
I love that candy.
Long story, we actually have gotten a cease and desist order from them.
No way.
Because of the name?
One of our can labels actually featured the candy with but instead of the candy, it was the fruit that we had used. So it was like guava and passion fruits inside the little wrapper, but yeah, so we had to stop doing that.
It was just too close.
It was too similar.
I wonder who sells out on that stuff.
So what happened to us is we have a really avid Instagram follower who loves taking pictures of our beer. Thank you very much. But he took a picture of our Smarty beer raining down with actual candies on top of it, and that's where they got the photo from. But it is what it is. We love the shout out.
Sure.
All of the people at the brewery love it.
Yeah.
Any love is good love.
Absolutely. And we wear the C&Ds like a badge of honor. So it is. We appreciate
When
it.
you get recognition from massive companies,
Absolutely.
you know you're doing something right.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. So we haven't pinned up at the brewery. We love it.
You're being disruptive.
Yeah. And so the winter sherbet, that one's really good too. We have a actual rainbow sherbet that is super popular that we do, but this is the winter version of it. So this is pomegranate, apricot, lime, vanilla.
Dude, you have my heart. You have my heart already.
Yeah, it's super good.
Yeah, god damn it. This is gonna
Salud, brother.
Salud. This is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, the winter sherbet is probably one of the most popular beers we put on the tap room recently. And so when we did the move to Dallas, we figured it was a home run to send it out this way.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So this is I like the transition for it because all the fruits come in, make it a little bit more tartar.
Absolutely.
A little bit more tartar, but the fruits still blend well within the flavor of the beer.
And it gets a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
But I would put this in my contact solution.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's gonna burn your eyes.
Yeah.
That's definitely gonna burn.
Matter.
You'll be here next week.
It's worth the burn.
You're gonna
It's
love
worth
it.
the
Yeah,
burn.
but you're gonna love it. Absolutely.
Fast forward next week with my eye patch.
Yeah,
You won't be
exactly.
here with my Ray Charles.
Exactly. It'll be Ray Charles next week. Stevie Wonder.
This is
That's good. That's
Yeah, that one can be pretty dangerous. And like I said, all these Smarties are 6.8%, so a little more punch to them than your average Berliner Weiss. They're not quite up there with some of the Imperials that you see, but we have our own Imperial sours that we're going to start pushing out here very soon as well. Yeah. Well, we've just been doing it. We just haven't distroed them yet. We figured that the Smarties were a nice introductory, push for our distribution. And then we have, the actual smoothie style Berliners that are very popular up here, like the 903 slushies or the Answer Juice style. We have those in gangbusters. We've been doing them for a long time. They're thicker and more viscous than these Smarty sours. More fruit added, in post fermentation. So it's something that's becoming a very popular style as well, and we'll have those flooding up here in the next couple months as well. Wait. Speaking of your childhood in Mexico, or younger.
Allegedly.
Alleged. We have a mango nata fruit madness. So it's a smoothie style Berliner made with mangoes, chamoy, and tahini. Yeah.
Oh my God.
A man after my heart.
Yeah.
A man after my heart.
All right. So
what's our next one, gentlemen?
Next one's
So
gonna be
we went from winter sherbet.
It's gonna be the apple pie.
Apple pie. Yeah. So this one is Granny Smith apples.
One more over.
This one right here. Yeah, a little darker. So it actually gets the color from the cinnamon sticks. But it's
cinnamon.
Oh yeah.
And the apple.
Oh, he got a full glass. We have.
Oh, yeah.
Liking that, homie. Cheers.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
This smells like an apple
Salud.
pie.
Oh yeah.
Salud.
Cheers.
Apple pie is probably my favorite sour that we sent up here this go around. It's Granny Smith apples, fresh cinnamon.
Get the fuck out
Bro,
of here. It's a pie,
bro.
It's a pie.
On that little bit of that back end, you get the little bit of sweetness from the
Cinnamon?
buttery and crust and whatnot
It
right on the
tastes
finish.
like the buttery cream. That's fucking right.
Yep.
I
Sure enough.
taste myself.
Dude, I want this and some like Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah,
Bro,
absolutely.
You could marinate chicken with this and it'd be fucking phenomenal.
That's a waste of beer, homie.
Very nice.
Chicken would be phenomenal.
Very nice.
Facts.
But this is like, so I'm not very descriptive. So I want to give a shout out to a really good friend of mine, or a friend of ours, Jerry. When he
What up, homie?
When he describes beer,
Nice.
it's vivid.
Okay.
He's very eloquent.
He's very imaginative and very eloquent with his words, either in person or in text. So you could visualize the beer you're drinking, and it fits perfectly well. And for me, the only way I could really visualize this and say it's basically a double crusted pie.
Okay.
And when you scoop in, you get all the filling in the middle. It's delicious, but you get that crust, that buttery crust,
Like what you
top and
wanted?
bottom. Oh my God, that's everything you want here. With a
Awesome.
little bit of cinnamon on top.
Absolutely. And
All we're missing now is fucking vanilla on the side.
And we're missing you, Jerry.
We do an a la mode version of this as well that has vanilla in it. So
A
just
little
throwing
more
it out
sugar,
there.
A little more like vanilla or
No,
like
wait, so
sugar?
this actually doesn't have any vanilla.
What's in your a la mode?
Yeah, so the a la mode, we literally add cinnamon sticks to or I'm sorry, not cinnamon, vanilla beans to the recipe and let it condition for a few days. So we get it to the apple pie that we want it to, and then add vanilla and make it a a la mode version.
that sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
God, I can't wait I want to try that so bad. Like all I'm missing right now in my imagination is the
That
ice
scoop
cream.
of ice cream, absolutely. That's what we go for.
You got my inner fat boy being happy right now.
Nice. That's
Inner
what we
and
want.
outer fat boy.
That's what we want. Yeah, we want it to be as close to what we
love
call
you
it as
regardless,
possible.
homie.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate
Don't be so
that.
hard on yourself.
I love myself.
We want you to have a positive body image. Feel good in your skin.
If you don't mind, you want to chug this
I'm down.
at the end of this?
Whatever. I'm a chugger.
Oh,
So
someone liked it. Someone liked
Nice.
it.
Fucking-
Yeah.
Here's another pleasant thing for this. So definitely come down to Craft and Growlers.
Absolutely. This
Check
place
out all
rocks.
these beers.
Always.
These beers are phenomenal. What I would say, get them now before they sell out, but also experience all of it. Because honestly, we say this a lot when we try flights of beers, especially when we get a opportunity to go to different breweries. and
Always
try
be
flights of
open.
Yeah.
Always be open.
Sometimes when they organize, when the brewers or sales reps or just the team organize the flight for you, it gets better and better.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I'm glad you're here guiding us through this because every beer we've had so far,
It's gone
just
with it.
exponentially better, and it just increases like it's
It's
great.
like a roller coaster
And
of,
that's-
of positive.
And
you
that's
know?
what I love about my job. I mean, because I get to come out here, hang out, talk to people, let them experience the beer, kind of coach them through it, help them through it, and we get through this together. It's
I'm
absolutely
really glad you're here because I was gonna go with the Berliner Weizen series first, save the stout for last, and then do the New England IPAs. But I feel like starting with the New England, or not the stout first, was
And
a
then washing
great
it down.
start.
No,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh
it
my
was
God.
a good marker
Yes.
on everything.
It's getting better and better.
Thank you for having for being here. with
No,
us.
absolutely. And like I said, that's what I'm here for. That's is what I love about my job. Moving to the next beer, we have our Berry Blast. So this
Berry
is
Blast,
literally, if you walk through the grocery store and grabbed anything that had berry in the name, this is that beer.
Okay.
It's got strawberry, cranberry, raspberry, blueberry,
smell the raspberry.
boysenberry, and I'm sure I'm missing a couple berries, but it also has lime, ginger,
It
and
tastes
vanilla.
like a Berry Blast juice.
Exactly.
Like Welch's. Don't cease and desist Welch's. It tastes like a Welch's Berry Blast.
Yes.
No. I'm thinking like Super Troopers. Like this boysenberry tastes like boysenberry.
Absolutely.
You fucking asshole.
On the table.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I'm not going to judge if that's what you end up doing to the glass, but yeah. So
There's
we just
no judging here.
It's literally
There's a lot of judging.
the kitchen sink of all the berries,
It
and
tastes like a Welch's berry mix, you know, and it's fucking phenomenal. I would assume this is what 5%, 6%.
You would think, but it's almost 7.
Yeah,
all
the sugar.
all the Smarties. Now all of it is added post fermentation. So honestly, the sugar might bump it up to like a 6, 9, 7. But when
Depending on when you stop it.
Yeah, depending on when we stop it. Just because we do everything so small batch that it's impossible to get 100% of the yeast out of the beer.
Of course.
So there's always a little tiny bit of post fermentation that happens with all the fruit that's added to the Berliners. So we advertise it at about 6.8, 6.9. But
you have space to work with.
Exactly. We have a little bit of space to work with. We're definitely not going to make any mistakes like some other breweries have and put like 10% on it and it's only 2.
Not naming names.
Not going to say anybody or call anybody out, but we have, done thorough testing and all that to make sure our beers are what we want them to be.
Brewery?
Yeah, go for it.
Real quick, just
Hit me.
903 makes these slushy beers.
Absolutely.
And a new series of slushies that's over 6%.
Absolutely.
It's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I've had a couple of them. They're really good.
Yeah, no, those were like, I think 5%. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeremy, or anybody who loves 903 who's tried them, you could look them up. I think they've been around 5.
Okay.
I think he's finally pushing it closer to 7,
Okay.
8%. And this last go around is closer to 7%. And it's fucking phenomenal. I think it's the best one so far.
Okay. And see, that's what we liked about our Smarties. When we originally brewed them, they were more traditional, like ABV as far as Berliner Weisses go, which is around 4, maybe 4.5 on the high end. But we just felt that they needed a little more backbone, and so when we bumped it up to like an imperial version, we felt that was more natural to the beer, and it came out with a better flavor. And so now that's not even our imperial version; that's our base version. We don't even go back. We never look back.
We don't regress.
No regression. We're not going back to the 4 something ABV Smarties that we like opened the door with. These just kill it so much better.
In life, I think as people progress forward in life, you can't go backwards. It's hard to go backwards.
Yeah.
It would be lifestyle, expectations. Once your expectation once you move the goalpost in something,
it's hard to move it back.
Yeah. So once you start putting out 6, 7, 8% Berliner Weisses, and you put out a 4%, like what the fuck is this garbage? And even it might be a great beer, but if people are like 4%. Get us out of here.
We're gonna jump off the cliff.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're gonna do this.
And so, like, to go back to that Mango Nata beer that I mentioned, that's one of our Fruit Madness series. So that's our like Imperial Berliner with tons of fruit added. That one's right at 9, maybe 9.2%. So that is our hyper,
all the
ABV,
sugar,
all the sugar. It's smoothie style, very thick Berliner Weiss. Yeah. So that's what we're going for with those.
All right, so what's our next one?
So going next, it looks like we're into the New Englands. Let's go to the sour first.
That last one on there, homie.
This is
the passion fruit. Yeah, let's do the passion fruit first. It should be this one.
You got one open over there, homie.
Well, that's his palate cleanser.
That's my palate cleanser, fool.
You chugged your palate cleanser.
Everything's a palate cleanser for me.
You're not getting the full experience.
But I believe
Hey, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Not a long time. There you go.
This is your 16th, brother.
Yeah. So that's your passion fruit Smarty shake. So it's an experimental set of beers that we're doing. We just started doing the sour IPAs. So this is one of the first ones that we've put out. It's a Smarty shake passion fruit. It's a hazy New England style sour IPA.
That's very interesting.
It's
very interesting.
Not quite as sour as the Smarties, not quite as hoppy as the Double Splat or the Harvest Haze.
No, see, for me, like I love any IPAs. That's my jam.
Hey, because you're a bro.
Really, bro?
Bro.
Come on, bro.
Bro, don't now bro me right here, bro.
Don't bro me, bro.
Right now. We'll hug it out.
It's okay.
It's cool.
It's a bro. We all bros.
Put on our pink polos and our khaki.
I'm about to work on.
All right, I bought a pair of Sperry's and all of a sudden I'm
go.
a bro.
Anyway, this is a very interesting collaboration of the styles. I feel like for me, this is just for me.
Yeah.
I like either the New England style by itself or the Berliner Weizen by itself.
And a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
We found a brewery called Hudson Valley out of the East Coast, and we really, really love their sour IPAs. And so that's what we're kind of cloning.
No, but it's good though.
Yeah, it's not a style for everybody.
No. Let me also clarify. I'm not saying have to drink. This is passion fruit. The passion fruit is phenomenal. The New England is well balanced within the sour, and it's a delicious beer. But I feel like we were saying on a roller coaster thing, we just passed the loop. And we're down on the real quick low of the loop, and we're about to hit the next few loops.
No, absolutely, and you're gonna hit the loop real hard next.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
Yeah, this is more of like a citrus sour.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's why I taste at the back end.
Yeah.
It is good. It's really, really good.
It's very light on the hops. Light on the hops.
And I like that too. These last year and a half, I finally got into IPAs.
Okay.
Mostly New England too. I'm not a big fan of West Coast, so I love the New England style.
Perfect.
I love the Berliner Weizen, and the passion fruit comes in so clear through it.
Yeah, and it's a very unique style, and our approach to it is a little different. So I mean, it's not going to be a beer that is for everybody, but we just
No beers for everybody.
no beers for everybody.
But
Beer is meant to be subjective.
Yes.
You're meant to love it. You're meant to hate it. You're meant to have an opinion about it,
Or try it again.
or have another one. Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what? That's completely fine. You like what you like, but the more you give things a try,
You're going to work yourself out of that comfort zone.
exactly. And the more I like it. So again, with this, it's my first one. I would say it's not my go-to.
Yeah.
But it's really delicious, and you need to give it a try.
Absolutely.
If you're not a Berliner Weizen fan, if you're not an IPA fan, then you should try this beer regardless. And that's for anybody. Any beer you don't like the style or not a big fan of it, just try
it again.
Yeah.
At different
Give it a
breweries
shot.
at different times of your lives. Just try it again.
Or
Absolutely.
don't
Might change.
discount it automatically.
Absolutely.
It could have just like a bad batch or just not something you liked, but try that style again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always give it a second try. And, this might be something that if you don't like IPAs but you like sours, this might lead you into getting to like those IPAs. Or if you
Facts.
don't like sours but you like IPAs, this might be that beer to like kind of handhold you into the sours.
Facts.
And that way you can kind of evolve and, mutate and grow your palate to, you can appreciate and enjoy more styles of beer. And that's what it's all about.
It's all about. And having fun with this. Like, this is, honestly, it was a pleasant surprise. Again, thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taking out of your
Sure,
busy
thank
day to
you.
come
No,
hang
that's
out
what
with
I'm here
us.
for.
And then, glad these beers are here because it's such an interesting journey.
Absolutely. Yeah,
It is. It's a ride.
It's been a long
It's
road
been
to
a
get
ride.
here,
It's a
for
ride.
sure.
Yeah.
But we're glad to be here. That's for sure.
What's our next one, homie?
Okay, so we got the 2 New Englands left.
So that's going to be 19
that's
is the
my
next
shit.
one.
19
my
is
pie.
Harvest Haze, I believe.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
I'll pass this over to you, brother.
Oh,
So
thank
Harvest
you.
Haze is our double New England IPA. It's done for harvest time, obviously. This is a New Zealand hopped, New Zealand dry hopped double IPA, 8.2%. It's using Ella hops as the primary hop focus. It does have some other accent hops in there, Citra Mosaic just as a little bit of a backbone, but its primary boil hop is Ella, primary dry hop is Ella. It's super juicy, very hoppy, but at the same time, it just drinks like a champ.
I got a weird, because I'm normally not the beer guy.
Okay.
Like, even though I run this beer show and me and Joe run this beer,
Nice.
I'm not the beer guy.
Okay.
What is the IBUs on this?
So
9%?
it's
No,
around.
that's the ABV. I don't want the ABV. I want the IBU.
So the
Oh,
IBUs,
the bitterness.
the IBUs. So that's always a very tricky question, even with New England's. So IBUs are based off your in-boil hops. Your bitterness units are based off in-boil hops. So that doesn't take into account anything dry hopped after the beer has been brewed. So the actual IBUs is maybe around 70, 75. But when you taste it, it's going to be a little more hoppy than that.
But see, I'm the opposite. Maybe because I've been drinking the sours.
Okay.
I really don't taste that much IBUs.
Well, that's fair. And it's also in part to the style, the juiciness of the New England, and the way that we utilize our dry hopping additions. We try to coax as much juice out of the hops opposed to that hop bitterness. So we really try to it's literally like we're squeezing the hops like an orange and just trying to get all the juice out of it, and we want to leave
It
some of that
tastes like
hop
a
bitterness in the
20
background.
IBU beer.
Yeah.
Okay, so for our viewers that don't know the difference in acronyms,
Yeah.
please explain to them.
So ABV is your alcohol by volume. It's how much alcohol is in your beer. Your IBU
At
is
the
your
end, right?
Correct. At the end of fermentation, how much alcohol is in your beer. Your IBU is an international bitterness unit. It's used. They determine it by how much hops are in your beer and how hoppy the actual flavor comes out to be. But like I said, that doesn't take into account dry hopping or utilizing special techniques like we do to coax all the juicy flavors out of the hops, the grapefruit, the stone fruits, the peaches, all that kind of stuff, the pineapple, out of that base hop and get that flavor into the beer. So we use a very specific and special dry hopping timing, I guess, would be the best word for it.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
To get the qualities out of this beer that we want. Same thing with any of our New Englands.
Your actual numbers.
Exactly. No matter how many pounds of hops we put in, we use a very specific scheduling for all the hops that give it a great juicy quality without being overpowering, but you still get all the flavor of the hop as well.
I'm really impressed for me when I heard the double dry hop. With Mosaic, it really punches through. And I know you said use it for just mostly for the backbone of it, but it really punches through a lot of times, even when you use a little bit of
Absolutely.
it. Just, for me, I'm just really shocked by it. Again, we just drank some, so I'm not going to buy this. But I'm really shocked at how I feel like at this current stance, it's like it tastes like only 20 IBU or even less, maybe 0 IBU, quote unquote 0 IBU.
Yeah, so when we've been talking about knocking one of those out here pretty soon.
Yeah.
And that, for anybody who doesn't know, a 0 IBU beer is a beer with no hops in the boil. It's all dry hop additions. So as I mentioned, like all your IBUs come from in hop or in boil hop additions. So if you only dry hop, it creates a 0 IBU beer.
So which means like you do your boil and everything. Once everything's done, you drop the dry hop in there.
Correct, and that's where the actual bitterness and hop flavor comes from in the beer, opposed to actually adding it in the boil. Correct.
I'm just really impressed. And, I'm sorry, I'll get my nerdiness out of the way, but I just was really impressed by just when I first hit my tongue. It was really impressive.
And the Harvest Haze is one of my favorite IPAs that we do all year round. It's definitely one of our better received IPAs. And I'm a big fan of the New Zealand varietals as well, as far as the hops.
Mosaic, I love, that's like my favorite one. You know that, homie?
I know that.
I love Mosaic.
Mosaic is
it's very bold.
Wait. Save that, because we're going to talk about Mosaic, because if you look at the news, if you look at the lists on Saturday.
What's Saturday?
Look at the thing. They have an anniversary party.
Uh-oh.
One of your favorite Mosaic IPAs.
Community? Okay, that was going to be my guess, baby.
There's a backstory behind that, but you don't want to know that.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But no, I'm just really impressed by it. It's a really good beer.
No, man, I appreciate it. Absolutely.
And then we have the last doing IPA was a double.
Correct. So last but not least is our double splat. At Ingenious, our whole mantra is that we don't have core beers. If we did, though, this would be about as close as we come. This is our probably the most brewed beer that we do.
It's not a lot of beer.
It's the most beard at all.
It's the most beer that we do. But yeah, so we brew this probably more often than anything else. It's a solid New England juicy IPA. Once again, 8.2%. But this one has an accent of, it's the Citra Mosaic accents again, but this one is mainly a Yukonot and a El Dorado hop. And so
El Dorado.
It's got some dank hop in there.
It's got to be a punch in the face.
Oh, absolutely. But once again, it's got mainly the dry hop addition. This one is double dry hop, so it does have quite a bit of additions to it.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
I like equally delicious.
I like that a lot.
Absolutely.
The Harvest Haze. But this is where I feel like, again, I'm really impressed with the Harvest Haze because it tastes like a 0 IBU beer, even though I know you had a boil with hops. Or maybe 20 IBU one. But this one, you got your maybe 60, 70 IBUs.
A little more earthy.
A little more flavor to it. This is what, which I also love about New England's. This one has more punch to it.
Okay.
I like the El Dorado in this.
Yeah.
You can taste it at the end.
Because it has a nice punch in it. Again, it's a nice punch in your face, which is not a West Coast style. It's a New England style, so it's still juicy, still drinkable.
Absolutely.
So you get the bitterness that you want from the IPAs.
This is the one-stop shop if you like IPAs. I mean, it's got the hops, it's got the juiciness, it's got the flavor. I mean, and it's got the backbone at 8.2% that a lot of people love.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with 8%.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is phenomenal. This is a great fucking flight. Again, thank you for bringing all these beers up here.
Absolutely, man. We are just excited to be in Dallas now. I mean, hopefully we're coming out here to do it big, and we're going to keep you guys stocked up and flooded with beer.
I can't wait.
We're excited for it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Any beers you have in town, let me know. I'll make sure I'll pick it up, and then we beer of the week every time.
Well, we have new beer coming out next week. So in addition to the Berliner Weisses we had tonight, we have another one coming out next week in the market. It'll be our Smarty French Soda. French soda. It's raspberry, vanilla, and almond in the same tart Berliner Weiss that you had this evening. So it's very, very good. It's hot pink in color, so we'll add another color to the rainbow for your flight next time. Yeah, it's amazing. That's probably my favorite sour.
That's illegal. That's illegal.
Definitely my favorite sour that we've come up in the the recent past.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite one.
So the apple one, is that one of the original ones, or?
So we've had that one before.
So what's one of the original? God damn, it's so good though.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time we've done that batch, but that is one of our original Smarties, is the apple pie. Like, that is one of our favorite flavors to make in the brewery, and we try to do the apple pie pretty often.
Again, please don't take my word for it. Come to Craft and Growlers.
Absolutely.
Try them for yourself. From start to finish, this is an amazing flight.
Yeah.
You don't have to get the whole flight, but
They
if you
do smaller ones.
They do smaller ones. You can do 4 at a time, or just pick the 4 beers you want.
You can do one of these. Oh, there goes Prince.
Prince is down.
Prince is down.
Pimp down.
You can do a
Pimp
pimp
down.
down.
Yeah, pimp down.
Pimp in distress. All right, so we have a 4 flight, or you can do a 10 flight.
Yeah.
Both equally good.
But still come down, have their beers, and get some of their food. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
Burger was delicious. Onion rings were
I'm
great.
about to get the fucking burger right now because I need to eat after this.
Yeah, all right, you're gonna have to.
But let's chug this beer and
Let's
let's wrap
do it.
this up. This
Yeah,
first half up.
then we'll go get a
chug,
beer and we'll
yeah,
chug.
yeah.
If you're ever in Houston, come see us down in Humble.
Make a journey. Listen, if you're in the DFW area and you love beer, of course you already know this. Dallas is a great place for beer. Houston is my second favorite place for beer.
We are definitely blowing up in the market. I mean, we have some great breweries down there. I mean, I am partial to Ingenious, but we do have a lot of great breweries down in Houston.
So for me, no disrespect to any other city, Dallas is my hometown. So
Yeah.
I'm a big, same thing. I have a partial heart for Dallas. I think Dallas has the best beer market.
Fair enough.
The best beer community, but it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to have a conversation with everybody about it. But I love Houston's beer community because shout out to Bottle Alliance in Houston.
Yeah, BSA. I know those guys.
Those guys are phenomenal. They're family.
Yeah.
So when I do go to Houston, I'm gonna see you guys. I'm gonna see Spindletap. I'm
Awesome.
gonna see them. But I also love San Antonio. I love what's going on in San Antonio with Kunstler, Isla, and
Weather Souls, my boy Marcus.
Can't forget them.
My hoodie brother Marcus.
Can't forget him. Magically became the showcase of the episode for Texas Craft Beer Festival.
Yeah, we kind of boss hogged that episode out of nowhere.
But
it was great. It was great. We loved
you
it.
guys. I love them, and it just became the focal point of it because they make great beer.
Yeah.
And there's so much great beer in Texas. If you're watching this from out of state, Texas is a place to come visit. You know, we're growing, we're getting better every month. Just come more than the weekend because Texas is big.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with whatever city you stop in for beer, but I mean, we have a great scene no matter where you go.
Either way, be courteous, drink beer, have fun, have manners, and please get a ride home. From who?
Lyft. Always Lyft, never Uber.
Always lift.
All right, let's check this beer and wrap this motherfucker up.